yourself?
Doing good. Just taking pictures, working on a story.
Okay, you're actually not allowed to take pictures on the installation.
Could you tell me what law is that?
What law is that? We were just informed that we had a gentleman coming around.
Oh yes, yeah. I was just speaking with the gentleman over here. He's very nice.
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate your service, by the way.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
It's his word against yours.
Okay, no, it's his word against the camera.
That's fine. But that, you know, if this is the way that it's going to go, and he wants you arrested for harassment,
I want you. What's your name and badge number?
Officer Kachanaz, shield number 72.
Okay, before you say another word, I want your supervisor here.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, where we highlight a few clips of police interactions and police misconduct, with some educational pointers to keep you educated and prepared for your next police encounter. My name is Police Encounters, and my goal is to help educate the public about your rights and how to handle police interactions. As an American citizen, we are given the rights that protect us, and it is the police's duties to protect those rights given to us by the Constitution that they swore an oath to. With that being said, the channels we will be covering today are Major Set Press, Auditing America. Do be sure to check them out in the description below, because without them, there's no police encounters. And before we do get into our first video, go ahead and gently smash that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay notified. It is such a small and easy task for you, but it does help us out tremendously. With all that out the way, let's go ahead and cover our first clip.
No. I'm still looking. I'll be 50 this year. I'm still looking for my balance, but it's. I smell it's getting closer.
Where do you smell it?
I don't know. Some people say they want to be 18 again. I wouldn't go back to being 18 again.
I'm here.
I'm actually in the middle.
I want to file a charge against him.
I'm actually in the middle of a conversation.
No, I'm going to file a charge against him for harassment. He called me on my phone.
Young lady, it's been wonderful speaking to you.
And
Enjoy your
don't
day.
tape anything.
Thank you so much.
Call me
Oh, I
on my
will
phone.
absolutely be taping.
Threaten me.
I'm taping right now.
Good. I want to file a charge against you for harassment. You're a nuisance in the village of East Hampton.
Please keep your finger out of my face.
Please arrest him, officer.
Okay, we'll get a signed complaint.
Yep.
You understand what? He's willing to sign a formal complaint stating that you harassed him.
Okay, well,
Waiting outside the restaurant, calling on the phone. I
was actually having a conversation with this nice young
Here's
lady.
his cell phone record. This guy called me. I can very easily prove it. He called me on my cell phone.
Is calling someone against the law?
When you threaten him and harass him,
I threatened you. I recorded the phone. I recorded the phone call, so be careful.
Okay, well, you harass me. You call me up. What are you doing?
How did I harass you, if you don't mind me asking?
Just by calling me.
No, what
because
did
you're
I?
not calling me for business. You're calling me to fuck with me.
No, not at all. I actually no. I'm walking down the street with my wife. Okay, down the sidewalk.
Listen, this guy is. I want him locked up, and that's it. Okay, arrest him.
All right, yeah.
Okay, he's been looking for trouble, and he's going to get it.
If it only worked that way, Mr. Wallace, you'd be, you'd be king. But that's not the way the world works.
But I'm not looking to be harassed.
Can I speak to you privately for a moment so I can give you my side of the story?
He's saying his side of the story here. You say your side of the story.
Okay, that's fine. If he'll let me speak, because he keeps cutting me off. Can I speak now? Is that okay? Sure. So this is my wife. I'm walking down the sidewalk with my wife. One of your officers was writing parking tickets. Okay. So we're walking down the sidewalk. I was planning on going around here to Main Street and just taking a walk, enjoying the weather with my wife. Okay. Mr. Wallace comes out of his gallery, yells over to the officer whose name I can't remember, but I will. Says, "Hey, dickhead's here." Points at me, right? So the officer says, "Oh yeah," right?
You got that? That's ridiculous. Oh yeah.
Yep.
And I wasn't coming out of my.
No, it's not
gallery when
ridiculous.
I did say something. Where was I?
You did say it. I saw you.
Okay, but where was
The cameras, the witness that doesn't lie saw you. Okay,
I'm a private citizen. I'm not one of these.
Oh,
guys.
you can say anything you want, but I can't? How does that work?
There's a difference between.
Anyway, can I continue
and
explaining my side of the story to you? This is why I'm
harassing
asking to be in private, because I'm not going to be able to get a sentence out completely.
Continue.
Okay? So, he yells out, "Dickhead is here." The officer says, "Oh, I see that." They wave to each other. The officer goes and gets in his car and leaves. Okay? So I walk down.
So why do you assume that that's you, though?
Because
he pointed right at me.
I never.
What do you mean? I'm 50 years old. I know when somebody's pointing at me and talking about me.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
That's subjective.
And
so
maybe their name fits.
Let me know when I can finish.
Go ahead.
You done? For a moment? Yeah. Okay. So then what I did was I turned around and I walked back down towards Terry's gallery, because I didn't see where he went. I was just going to ask him why I have a new name and why it's Dickhead, where that came from. He's got a sign on the door that says, I'm at John Pappas Cafe, here's my cell phone number. So since he's not there, and I did not want to come to John Pappas Cafe and create any kind of a disturbance, I called his cell phone number, which is publicly posted on his door.
Are you an art buyer? You don't look like it.
I'm not an art buyer at all. No, I'm an art creator.
Yes.
So what I did was I called him up and I said, hey, Terry, how are you? I'm just wondering why my new name is Dickhead. And he started yelling at me on the phone, which is also recorded. Started yelling at me on the phone. Listen, I'm an ex-Marine.
And I'm not going to tolerate your
I'm not going to tolerate your crap.
That's the
I'm going to
truth.
have
I'll
you
have you
arrested. Locked up for what? What's the
For
crime?
harassment.
What's the crime?
Harassment.
He says it's harassment.
He says it's
going to be a
Waiting
civil. Listen
outside
to
the
me.
restaurant, calling me on the phone.
It's going to be
when
a
he's not
civilian complaint.
When he's not a complaint.
making a phone call is
It's his
harassment.
call.
Yeah.
It's his word against yours.
Okay,
It's a
no,
civilian
it's his
arrest.
word against the camera.
That's fine. But that, if this is the way that it's going to go, and he wants you arrested for harassment,
I want
he
your
can-
what's your name and badge number?
Officer Kachanaz, shield number 72.
Okay, before you say another word, I want your supervisor here. End of story. Get a sergeant here.
No problem.
Okay? And you better watch yourself because you're dealing with qualified immunity.
412 headquarters 727.
Let's stick to the law. You just walked up with a little attitude.
You're
so.
harassing me. You're outside.
I called you up to ask you a question, sir. A Marine should be able to answer a question.
No.
Sure I can. You posted your phone number on the door of your business.
Free country.
You posted your phone number on the door of a business that said call.
I'm going to tell you something right now. What you're doing is okay, as long as you have someone's consent. But you can't pull up here and start
You're
to
the
wait
one
for
that started
people.
What do you mean I
You're
can't
the
pull
one
up here?
that started it by calling him a dick.
This is the officer he was speaking to. I'm sure you'll deny it, but when I was walking down the sidewalk with my wife,
Jason, you
okay,
didn't let me finish. You asked my name and shield number.
you gave me your name and shield number. I told you I don't want to hear another word out of you until your supervisor gets here. Are you a supervisor?
What does that have to do with what I'm talking to you about? The supervisor.
Because you're not handling this situation appropriately, and that's my opinion. So we're going to get your supervisor here. We're going to get it straight up.
Don't you
Listen,
have anything better to do with your life?
what I do with my life is not your
Don't you have
opinion.
anything better to do?
What I do with my life is
asking.
not up to you.
You know?
And you could have, and you want to know something, Terry? I've known you for a long time. We have mutual friends.
I've never met you
Luciano.
in my life.
Luciano's a mutual friend. Luciano's introduced us many times over the past
never
35
met you
years.
in my life.
Okay. And all you had to do, if you had an interest in what I was doing, was ask me. And I would have happily explained myself to you. That's all you had to do. You didn't need to yell
Wait
dickhead
outside.
across the parking
Wait
lot.
outside the
No,
restaurant.
you said to me on the phone, I'll be right outside the restaurant. I'm calling the police.
never said
So
that.
I'll... Yes, you did.
I said I will. Yes.
Yes,
I said I will
you
come
did. You said,
outside.
I will be outside and I will call the police. And I will not run
It's
from
not
the
an argument.
police since you're going to call the police. I came down here to wait for them so they wouldn't have to look for me. That's all it
You
is.
harass these guys, that's one thing. Because they have...
I don't feel like I'm harassing
You're not
anybody.
gonna harass me.
I was not making a phone call to you was not a harassment. When you
Harassment.
posted your cell
Waiting
number
outside
in
the
public.
restaurant is harassment.
You told me that you were going to come
I
outside and call the police.
Exactly.
Sure you
I
did.
said I did call the police, and I said...
When somebody tells me they called the police on me, I'm going to stand here and wait. I'm not going to disappear. What do you want me to do? Run away from the cops? I have nothing to run away for. I'm 49 years old, never been arrested in my life.
Well, today be your first day,
Well, that's up to you.
okay?
That's up to you. Civil lawsuits are a bitch.
It's not a...
You better make sure you're doing the right thing. Because you posted your cell phone number in a public place and said call for assistance. I needed your help in solving in answering a question.
Say call for
I
assistance.
called you, and all you yes it
Let's
does.
say call for assistance.
It says I'm at John Pappas Cafe. Here's my cell phone
Doesn't
number.
say
So
call
I
for
called.
assistance.
That's it.
If I were you, Mr. Gutterman, I'd find a different line of work.
You're not me.
Stop harassing
You're not me.
cops,
You're not me.
Okay? You know, I don't
You're
know
not
what
me.
your problem is with these
My
guys.
father died 23 years ago. I'm not going to listen to what you tell me what to do.
I'm not trying to be your father.
You're
I'm
giving me advice, telling me what I should be doing with my life.
Good,
I mean,
free
come on.
advice.
You know
Good,
what?
Free advice.
We have a supervisor on the way.
already called him.
Okay, good. Thank
I'm
you.
giving you good free
And can I
advice.
get your name and badge number, sir, please?
Really?
Yes. I'm asking you if
Officer
you.
Brabant. Shield 60.
Thank you very much. Wasn't so hard, was it? I'm just asking. And since you're here, can I get your name and badge number, please?
Officer Smith, badge number 78.
Thank you, Officer Smith. I've never been anything but cordial with you guys, and you know that. You can't name one time in the 35 years that you've known me that I've ever been disrespectful to you. Sure you have.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you don't remember. You've known me for a very long time. Yeah.
You did a small statement.
We met
for me. That's
when I
the
was
last
18 years
last
old.
time I-
Well, so that was 32 years ago. I'm off by a few years. And Officer Smith here will tell you, I think in our interactions, I've been very respectful to you. We've been very cordial to each other. There's no issues. Mr. Wallace wants to walk through a parking lot yelling dickhead at people. That, to me, is harassment. And that, to me, crosses a line. Because I did not say anything disrespectful to you.
Did he say your name?
He pointed right at me.
He didn't point at you.
Oh, yes, he did. Yes, he did.
You have it on tape?
Yes, I do. I always record. Yep. There's a reason. And why are you asking if I have it on tape? You should know. You should know what you said.
Because I'm telling you that it's not.
Your story's already changed 3 times. Review the tape. You'll see a copy of it.
Matt has.
And again, as a former Marine, you swore an oath to the Constitution of the United States of America. And if you wanted to know what I was doing, you could have just simply asked me. And I would have explained myself to you.
Waiting outside the restaurant for me, calling me up.
You asked
You crossed the line. That's where you
asked
crossed the
No,
line.
that is
Pulling
not. I'm
up
standing
and
on a
thinking-
public
and thinking You're a
sidewalk.
tough guy. You
No,
crossed the
I'm
line.
standing. I'm not acting like you're the one stating you're an ex-Marine and you're not going to tolerate it, and I'm going to be sorry, and you're going to make me pay for what I'm doing.
I'm not like these guys.
That's
I
what
don't
you
have
said.
to listen to your crap, okay?
I'm
I
not
feel
like
bad for
these
them.
guys either. I'm standing on a public sidewalk. I can film and do it. I could stand here all day and film this place for
You can,
36
but,
hours.
The difference is.
See, now you're calming down. Now we can talk.
The difference is, you crossed the line when you called me, number one, gave me a hard time, and number two.
I didn't give you a
when
hard time. You
came
gave me a
down-
hard
When I
time.
told you I'm not giving you an interview, and you came and you stood outside this place and you harassed me.
No.
That's when you
You said
crossed the
you-
line.
All right, no, wait. Can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Let's have a gentlemanly conversation.
You told
Let me
me.
respond to that. What you said was, I am going to call the police and have you arrested, and I will be outside. I'm walking outside the restaurant now. That's what you said. So when somebody tells me they're calling the police, I walk down here to wait for the police officers.
Well, what do you think I was doing?
What do you
I
think
was
I'm going to do?
walking-
Get in my car and leave?
No, I was walking in the parking lot to see if there was a police officer here. That's why I said I'm going outside.
Okay. I don't believe that story because you said you were calling them, but okay, that's
I'm
fine.
going to walk outside.
And I think you did call them. You didn't walk outside and find them.
Well, I did because when I didn't
How
find
do
one
you
of
know,
them here, I had a call. I had a call when I didn't find one of them.
Talk to you now.
I mean, I know you guys are just itching to hem me up for something, but I mean, let's get something real, guys. Wait till I cross the line. Let's just not make things up, you know?
Jason, we're here answering a legitimate.
All right, but you have discretion to decide whether or not that complaint is legitimate or not. Okay?
And
So that's
why
your call.
Tried to explain to you that it's called a civilian arrest.
You can be
He says
arrested
you
for
harassed
calling. So, what is the definition of harassment? How did I harass him? State the statute.
I'm not
How did
getting-
I?
I'm not
What are you
getting
talking
into
about?
New York State penal law.
How did I? What are you talking about? New York State penal law.
Definition.
Well, if you're going to arrest somebody, yes, you are. You're going to get very
Like I
into
told
New
you,
York State penal law.
you're
You're going to
missing
get
the
into
point.
qualified immunity and a
Jason,
lot of
you're
things.
missing the point.
No,
And
I'm not
here's
missing
why.
the point.
I told you it's a
Now
civilian
you're getting
arrest.
defensive. He's trying to explain
No,
something.
let me explain because nobody. No,
See,
no,
now
no.
you're getting defensive.
No, I'm not getting. Well, you listen. You're threatening me with arrest. Of
Not-
course, I'm going to get defensive.
I'm not
Okay?
threatening you with an arrest. You
Mr.
asked
Wallace,
him what
Mr.
the-
Wallace has his phone number handwritten on the door of his business that says, "I am at John Pappas. Call my cell with the phone number." That's what I did. Okay? So if you want to consider that harassment, and when I called him, I said, "Mr. Wallace, this is Jason Gutterman. I'd just like to know why my new name is Dickhead." That's all I said. He started screaming at me, "I'm an ex-Marine. You don't know who you're fucking with. You don't know. I'm going to make sure you get arrested." Blah, blah, blah,
My
blah.
licensing for them taking my picture and sitting in the thing.
Talk to the photographer about it.
So that's just ridiculous. And you know what? I hope you arrest me. I really do. I really do.
If you would let me finish, Jason.
I'd be happy to let you finish. But don't blame me for being upset.
Civilian arrest. I'm not saying you have any right to be upset or not upset. Honestly, that doesn't matter to me. Honestly, that doesn't matter to me. We have a complaint that we're following up on. The complaint came from Mr. Wallace.
Okay?
Mr. Wallace, if he has,
If he's got legal grounds.
it doesn't matter about legal
Oh,
grounds.
Doesn't matter about me.
oh,
He's
so I
saying that
could
you've
just
arrested him,
so I
he's
can
going to fill out a report.
I can just make up
And
anything
if,
I want
if
against.
he wants you charged, it's a civilian arrest.
Sergeant Bennett, can I speak with you for a minute, please?
Yeah, you turn that camera off and I'll speak with you all you want.
If I turn the camera off, why would I turn the camera off?
What do you want to talk to me about?
You want me to turn my camera off? What do I want you to talk? You got Mr. Wallace's side of the story. You're not interested in here. I'm the one that asked for a supervisor. You need me to turn my camera off?
Then I'll talk to you.
Why we're standing on a public sidewalk and I'm being threatened with arrest. And for my safety, I'd like to talk to you in private right here 10 feet away, just like Mr. Wallace did. Thank you. I'm gonna go out. Enjoy your lunch, sir. All right, so now listen, just to de-escalate this, okay, what I'm trying to do is I want to explain to you what just happened from my point of view. Okay, I have a witness, this camera was running the whole time, and I want him to be very careful about what he's about to sign his name to, okay? I got out of the car with my wife, I parked, okay? I'm walking down this public sidewalk that you can see right here with my wife, okay? Mr. Wallace comes out of his business, walks down the sidewalk with Officer Smith. She breaks off from him and starts walking into the parking lot. He sees Officer Brabant writing a ticket, and he yells over and points at me and says, "Hey, dickhead is here." Officer Brabant looks at him, goes like that, walks away, gets in his car, and leaves. Okay?
Okay.
So I went down to Terry's. I didn't see where he went. Okay, I didn't know if he went down one of these alleys, walked back. So I went over to his gallery. Right, I was going to knock on the door and just ask him why he's yelling dickhead, calling me dickhead in the middle of the public parking lot, what the point of that is. I didn't get that. He doesn't remember, but he's known me for a very long time. So the door's locked, and there's a sign handwritten by Mr. Wallace, I would assume, on the window. We can go look at it right now. That says, "I'm at John Pappas. Here's my cell phone number. Call me." To the general public. If you need me, here's where I am. Call me. So I dialed his cell phone number. Okay, and again, this is all recorded. Okay, I put it on speaker and recorded the whole conversation.
Mr. Recorder.
You have to be.
Oh, of course.
You have to be. And don't be upset with me for what I do. We're talking about this situation right now here today. We're not talking about anything else.
I'm not upset at all.
No, and I appreciate that. And I know you're a very, what I know of you, you're a very well-respected gentleman in this town. Yeah, I see you scoop du jour all the time, getting coffee and donuts, whatever you have there.
You're everywhere.
So, well, you know, you guys are everywhere too. And you know, actually, I mean, if you were going to get off on that conversation, which we won't go too far into it, but you swore an oath to the Constitution of the United States. That's my only interest.
Listen,
okay. So here's the bottom line. So Mr. Wallace, when I'm on the phone with him, I said, Terry, Mr. Wallace, I'm sorry. I said, I would just like to know why my new name is Dickhead. He says to me, listen to me, you piece of shit. Okay, I'm an ex-Marine, and you're not going to treat me like this. You're not going to you're harassing me. Why are you calling my cell phone? I said, you wrote your cell phone number on the window of your business out to the general public to call you if they needed you. I needed you.
Come on,
so that's why I'm calling. That's the chase. Okay. So then he says to me, I'm going to call the police. I'm walking outside the restaurant now, and the police are going to come arrest you. So rather than have you drive around and look for me, I walked myself down to the sidewalk, stood on a public sidewalk, and waited for you to get here.
Okay.
And that's where we are. Okay. So if you consider a phone call to Mr. Wallace harassment, that's up to you.
Listen.
I would just be very careful because it's all...
Are you done now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Have a nice day. He's not filing charges, not doing anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
Are you free to go?
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, buddy.
You have a wonderful day.
Look at this. He's telling the officer to arrest him for harassment? Calling someone is not harassment at all. Him calling Mr. Wallace is all on video, press stated. Now, Mr. Wallace is blatantly lying. Press has it all on camera. There is no need to lie. I guess he lied because he didn't want to be wrong. Well, if it's recorded proof, then too bad, Mr. Wallace, you're gonna be wrong. And if you don't want to be called, what is the point of having your phone number on your business window? Now, waiting outside a restaurant is considered harassment to you? Wow. Guys, this man is a business owner. How is being outside a restaurant considered harassment? What if his customers were outside his door waiting? Is that going to be harassment on them too? With all these officers standing outside, some of them are not the brightest. Even though Press has it all on camera, they're still going to go against him and deny that Press is right about anything. Press then talks to the sergeant, explaining the truth of what actually was going on. It seemed to me like the sergeant didn't want to hear any of it by the way he was standing, and he did say, let's get to the chase. But once Press was done, the sergeant did say that Wallace wasn't going to press any charges or file anything. Now, what was the point of getting all these officers involved in something that they did not need to be involved in? Maybe because he thought he was such a good liar that he could get away with it? He says that he's an ex-Marine. He should know better than acting the way he did. For that officer that was on Mr. Wallace's side, without even hearing or wanting to hear Press's side of the story, Officer Cochenhaz, you need to go back to the books because the way you were handling the situation was awful. For you to choose a side is wrong. You are not there to do that. You are there to take both sides and do an actual investigation to see what story actually adds up. But yet, you did not do that, now did you?
Hi.
How you doing, sir?
Good. How's it going?
Good. What's going on?
Nothing. Just not from around here. Is the public allowed, or is it just military personnel, or how does it work?
Beyond this point, it's only military access, but
Okay.
here, it's public, yeah.
Over here is public.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It's public, yeah.
Over here is public.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Can I have your name?
Simeon Vargas.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your service.
I appreciate your support, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nothing. Just taking pictures. So what?
So
No.
unfortunately, there's a sign over there.
Yes.
At the driveway point, you can't be taking any photography or pictures.
We can't take pictures here.
No, sir.
Why not?
That's just a sign that prohibits that, sir.
Is that like a law, or is it a policy?
It's a policy for our base, sir.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know. I don't know if you missed it or not, but I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I missed it. I didn't see it, but
Okay.
it kind of concerns me because if this is still public area, it shouldn't be a problem, right? I'm working on a story. That's why
Okay.
I came from far away to to video record the publicly accessible area from the base. I can't hear you. Yeah, I mean, I have no bad intentions or anything. I'm just video recording. Okay. Yeah, I'm just recording so everybody here is a military personnel.
Some of them are civilian workers.
Oh, okay. So how am I able to access the publicly accessible areas within the military base?
In the base. So like I said, it's for military access only.
Okay.
Civilian employees, DoD employees, etc.
Okay. All right. So
Well, so you say you're not from around here?
no, I'm from out of state. I just
Out of
get
state? Oh, where
yeah.
from?
I'm from Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
How's it over there? I've never been there myself.
Oh man, it's great.
Yeah?
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah?
You gotta go for vacation. You know, the theme parks and all that stuff.
Yeah. Wait. You got any recommendations?
Sure. Universal Studios, Busch Gardens, Disney World.
Disney World, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from the West Coast myself.
Oh yeah.
Las Vegas, Nevada, and California.
Oh, nice. I've been over there. I went to California, do some videos over there too.
Okay.
Very nice. Los Angeles. I've been dying to go to Las Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What do you want to do over there?
Hey, everybody wants to go to Vegas.
Just go.
Just
gamble? Are you
go-
Gambling man.
Not really, but I'll gamble a little bit if just for the experience. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, so like if I continue filming, would it be a problem from here?
Yes, sir. Yes, it would be.
Why?
Because because the sign says you're not allowed to be filming or recording here.
I understand, but you gotta understand, like, policy cannot trump your rights. You stand for the Constitution, correct?
Yes. Okay.
So we have freedom of the press. I'm working on a story that I like to publish, and I like to pretty much go as far as I can without entering any restricted area or anything like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can you give me 1 second, sir? Real
Sure,
quick?
no problem.
Just don't step beyond.
No, I won't.
Okay. Hey, good. How about yourself?
Doing good. Just taking pictures, working on a story.
Okay, you're actually not allowed to take pictures on the installation.
Could you tell me what law is that?
What law is that? We were just informed that we had a gentleman coming around.
Oh yes, yeah. I was just speaking with the gentleman over here. He's very nice.
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate your service, by the way.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
You wouldn't happen to have a letter from Public Affairs?
Do I need one?
To my knowledge, you need a
Because this is like,
to get permission to take pictures.
well, we have freedom of the press. I'm working on a story. I'm not in a restricted area. That's a restricted area. Past that gate right there. I have no bad intentions, no ill will. I'm just working on a story I'd like to publish on the Andrews base. I'm from Florida.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, good deal. Yeah, this gentleman.
Yeah,
You're,
just talking.
yeah, what part?
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee. Nice. I'm from Orlando.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just working on a story. I go around the entire country. I just came from
Nice.
what's it called? The Supreme Court and all the government buildings around here. Just video recording everyone. I'm just I'm not a threat or anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's the story on? Just curious.
First Amendment, freedom of the press.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I usually don't say anything. I stay quiet. I actually really support what you guys do. So I just wanted to see if you guys respect my right to video record. I know he said there's a sign that says that I can't film and a policy, but I want you to understand that policy cannot trump your constitutionally protected rights. We have freedom of the press, and you know, I'm well within my rights to record. Policy is not law. So if there's a law that says I can't record the base, then, you know, I'd like to see it, and maybe.
That's why we're trying to get our Boston route, our master sergeant.
Thank you.
Just to confirm.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna check his status and see how far away.
No problem.
Does it take that long?
You guys are very nice.
Oh, absolutely. We try to be.
Thank you.
We're the face of the Air Force, so
thank you.
We got to uphold a certain standard.
Thank you.
To the public, you know?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We're professionals.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be. Thank you so much.
Who'd you call for?
Oh, master sergeant.
Okay. So
come out. Yeah, we like to have our master sergeant come out to confirm.
Yeah.
Thank you. No problem. So how long have you been in the military for?
I've been in for a bit over 4 years now, since September 8th.
Oh yeah?
So it's been 4 years and a month now.
I bet you like it, huh?
That's fantastic.
You love it.
Before this, I was stationed in England.
Really?
Mildenhall, yes, sir. If you look it up right now, you can learn about the gate runner we had at Mildenhall. I was actually there.
Oh, really?
It was crazy. We heard the gunshots. At first, we thought we were training. We were like, oh, that's just the training building.
Yep.
But then our controller came out there like, we got a gate runner. We gotta go. And I'm like, what's going on?
Yes. I understand. Well, you guys are police officers too, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. So if you ever stop being in the military, you're gonna become a regular police officer too, or is that in your plans or not?
To each their own.
Okay.
Some people have other plans.
Okay. That's cool.
It is generally an easier transition.
Okay.
For security forces members or anyone who has a military law enforcement background. So.
Is this like really big back in there, or is this like a smaller base or what?
It's bigger than my last base.
Yeah.
But I can't really compare too much.
Yep.
Yeah, because mine was small. It was tiny. Literally on the south side of the base, you can actually accidentally drive onto the flight line because the roads are get 5 feet apart from the flight line.
Okay.
I actually had to deal with that. Somebody like accidentally drove on the flight line. And we're
Yep.
like, all right, good luck.
So what is a gentleman from Florida doing all the way in DC area?
Hey man, this is my job.
So you get to travel all over the world?
All over America.
All over America.
Yep.
That's
The United
cool
States
job.
of America.
Yep.
Cool
job.
Yeah, man.
That's the whole reason I joined, was to travel.
Oh yeah, man.
I got lucky so far. I went to England.
I'm actually in a way doing what you're doing too. Bringing awareness on freedom of the press, which is our First Amendment right, constitutionally protected activity. You guys swear to protect that right, that we have freedom of the press, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly. You know, it's just a matter of getting it on video and seeing if you guys are really doing it.
Okay.
You know?
It's like you say, you know, it's not what's being done in front of the people, but when no one's watching.
That's right.
So.
That's right. So let's see what your sergeant has to say.
Yeah,
that's what we're
it's just our policy. You know, what when there's something that we don't ourselves know, we have to have
Correct.
A second opinion. It's someone who
That's right.
more knowledgeable.
That's right.
Way more years of experience.
Wow, you guys are extremely nice, dude. And your uniform is cool as heck.
This is actually our new uniforms, are the OCP pattern.
Oh yeah?
So we had our old style is the ABU. We transferred.
Sir, can I just keep you from videotaping that over there? Just keep it on me. You know?
Why? What's the problem?
It's just.
Oh, we don't know yet.
We don't know yet. If everything's okay and everything's good to be filmed.
Everything is good, but this is what I'm trying to find out. Right. Remember, I'm being nice enough, telling you what I'm doing. Yeah, exactly. If I could just be like, I don't answer questions.
Right. I've seen that.
I don't answer questions.
Yeah. That's what I appreciate.
I need your ID, sir. Am I being suspected of committing a crime? No.
we don't want to do anything of that sort. We're not
So,
trying to escalate
so
anything.
videotaping okay, that is a restricted area, but eyes can you cannot trespass what eyes can see.
Exactly. Yeah.
So-
no, you could go on Google Maps and pretty much see, you know. So
Exactly.
It's a very
So this is our mass sergeant.
Okay.
Mass Sergeant Strangers.
Cool.
He's a really nice guy. I think
Cool.
he's one of our best players.
I really hope so.
Oh, yeah, no, he's a fun guy. It'll be better to help out.
Cool.
I never got your name, sir.
I'd rather not say.
Okay.
I'd rather not say, you know.
Okay. Just to create a better rapport with you and to
Yeah.
introduce you into our flight chief.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. What can I do for you?
Nothing. I'm actually good. I'm just working on a story, video recording the main entrance of the military base, telling the guys over here I have no bad intentions whatsoever. I'm just recording on a story I would like to publish. This is a publicly accessible area. The gentleman over here said that there's a policy that says that you can't record,
That's correct.
but I'd like to inform you guys that, well, you guys should know already, but policy cannot trump your rights. I'm engaged in a constitutionally protected activity and freedom of the press, and I'm not crossing into any restricted areas.
Actually, technically, right now you're standing on a federal military installation. The point where you walk through that breezeway right there off the road dictates Andrews Air Force Base.
But this is-
you cannot record on a military installation.
Do you guys protect the Constitution?
We do. We uphold the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Are you guys publicly funded? Do you guys get paid by the public? Is this still a publicly accessible area?
No, this is not.
Well, I mean, if it was a restricted area, I would have said it at the entrance, right?
Well, this is not a restricted area. This is a federal installation.
Okay, and what's the then? It should be
record
okay.
coming
It should be okay because we have a federally constitutionally protected right to record in a public place. It's already been ruled by the Supreme Court that we're allowed to film you guys.
So let me go ahead.
I just came from the Supreme.
Listen.
Oh, that's not
Here's
nice.
what's gonna happen.
That's not nice.
You're
That's
gonna
not
walk
nice.
out,
That's not
and
nice.
you're gonna leave base, or I'm gonna put you in handcuffs and detain you, and then I will turn you over to PG County. Because
Okay.
right now,
Okay.
with you recording me
Okay.
and you not doing what I'm telling you to do,
Okay.
all right, is a violation of Article 134 of the UCMJ. I'm opposed to
What crime would you be arresting me for if I was?
loitering.
But I'm
You're
actually.
on a federal military installation.
But loitering is standing somewhere without a purpose. I'm actually working on a story. I pay taxes from my videos. You know, this is my job. I'm working on a story about this. I have no ill will.
What is your story?
First Amendment. I just explained to the gentleman over here everything that I'm doing. I'm working on a story I'd like to publish. I'm not trying to cross into any restricted areas or anything. I have no ill will. I just wanted to stay here for 10 minutes or so, and I was going to be on my way. But, I think it's a little bit rude.
Regardless if you say you have no ill will or not, we have no way to dictate if you have ill will or not by recording.
Well, that's the beauty of our country. We're free. We're free to do whatever we want as long as we're not a threat. I'm not being disorderly. I'm not saying I'm actually being nice enough to explain to you guys what I'm doing. I still have my First Amendment right, correct? We're still in America. I know this is a federal, a sensitive area. I understand that, but I mean, you're here to protect me, right?
I'm here to protect America.
Well, I'm part of America.
That is correct. You're not wrong.
So are you giving me a lawful demand that I have?
I'm giving you a lawful order that you need to exit the installation. Do you have military affiliation?
I don't.
Okay. So you do not have an ID access card to be able to come on this installation?
I don't.
Okay. So that means you need to vacate the military installation of your own recognizance, or we will vacate you off the installation through PG County.
No problem. Can I have your name and badge number, please?
My name is Tech Sergeant Houston. I don't have a badge number.
Okay, and your name again? I'm sorry?
Senior Brigadiers.
And your name?
Senior Navarro.
And your name?
Staff Sergeant Wachowski.
Okay, and your name, sir? All right, and your name, sir?
You already got my name, sir.
All right, then. No problem.
Yes, Auditing America is at a military base, but he is still on the public part of the base. Since he is on public property, even though the gentleman said that he was not allowed to film and that there was a sign stating that, it does not mean that he has to stop filming. Now, he is on public property. Just remember that. Yes, there may be a sign stating that he can't film, but unfortunately it's a policy, and a policy does not overtrump our rights. As long as Auditing America is on public property, he's allowed to film. It's just part of our First Amendment rights. Just know that Auditing America is not there to bother these great men. He's just there to do a story, and he does mean well. This sergeant, however, was very nasty, and I'm sorry, but he could have been a lot nicer. Now, even though the sergeant said that he can't film because he's on a federal military installation, he is still unfortunately wrong. As long as Auditing America has not crossed any restricted areas, there is nothing that he can do. And yes, if it was restricted, it would have definitely been at the beginning before America got there. Now, if Auditing America did cross any restricted area and was filming, and again, he did not cross any restricted area, but if he did, it would be a misdemeanor crime under 18 USC 795. Only then could this sergeant have done something. And if Auditing America was actually in the wrong, the sergeant would have already had him in cuffs the second that he came up to Auditing America. But we already know Auditing America would not have been there if he was in the wrong. Even though these gentlemen and sergeant didn't know what was legal, Auditing America was doing. Even though these gentlemen and sergeant didn't know that it was legal to do what Auditing America was doing, let's please thank them for their service and for all that they do for our country. That's going to be it for today's video. If you have a video you'd like us to review, please leave a message in the comments. If you'd enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. Be sure to check out the channels we watched today out. Give them a subscribe. Thank you for watching. Until next time, on Police Encounters.